Alright guys, I think today's talk will talk about AI art. Now, I got a beautiful sunset. I don't know what's going on. Goodness, ooh, look at that. Okay, anyway. What's everybody's opinion on AI art, man? Like, is it gonna take over? Are people in the industry gonna be like out of a job or something, or like are they, I don't want that to happen, but I see like technology is like there's no stopping it in a lot of aspects, because it's hard to get people to agree on like rules, you know what I mean? Like, who gets to determine if AI art can be used in like games or other like TV shows, or should AI art be able to be sold alongside like human art? Because I've seen AI art before that's really detailed, like exquisitely detailed, and it's generated in like minutes, and it's astounding what AI can do. But then I also see it like, okay, you have people who spend their entire life crafting their skills and honing their skills at drawing and painting and creating these intricate works, and then along comes a program, or whatever you can call AI, I guess, that just does it in minutes with really relatively little input from like a human, just a prompt. And I see two sides of that. I understand the business side. Clearly there's people who, like myself, I've said before, I have ideas in my head that I can't put down on paper. Like, I struggle really hard. And it's not that I focus on drawing. I mean, I've been drawing for years, but I haven't really studied it or like really pursued it. I'm not really good. So for someone like me, AI would be a boon. I could create art and potentially sell it, commercially or whatever, without having to actually draw it, because I can't. I mean, I could if I studied harder, but I mean, right now at this moment I can't. So I see that, the business economic side of it from that perspective. But then there's also the perspective of people who have spent their entire life doing it, and well, now they see their careers being jeopardized or being replaced, or they fear that anyway. So it's hard to kind of judge where the line should be, or if there is. Some people might think there's no line at all. They say AI can just do whatever. You're free to use it if you want, if not, whatever. And I can see where people are coming from there. I mean, I live in the US. We're supposed to be a free market economy. We're supposed to be the land of opportunity where people can do what they want to try to make money and make a career. So if people are like, hey, I'm going to use AI to generate, graphic design, or like, I'm going to use it to generate website design templates, or like, a multitude of different graphics design stuff. I can see why people would want to do that, and I can see why people would be angry if you're used to doing it the old way, It's not that one side I think is more right than the other. I just think everybody has a valid opinion, Because I've been seeing some, look, if you just go on YouTube and look at like AI commercials, the progress that's made in just making commercials is wild. I mean, some of these AI commercials, you can tell here and there, like, okay, this one does kind of look like AI or whatever, but I mean, it's getting super close. And I think it'll come down to a point where in the future you won't be able to tell. I honestly think that's where it's going. And I don't know if that's good or bad. I haven't made up my mind on that yet. On one hand, the possibilities are endless. And on the other hand, it's like, does it take away other people's livelihoods? You know, are people going to be like losing jobs left, right, and center for AI taking over? I don't know. Potentially. I mean, I suppose that's how technology is, though. It keeps going and it keeps going and it keeps going, and it doesn't really stop. So maybe, I don't know, do we just get used to it, or do we put some like ground rules down of what can be used and what can't be? I'm not sure. I think AI can be really cool though for like video game development, because you can have another system in there or protocol or whatever and have AI assist you in making your worlds, and you wouldn't you wouldn't necessarily have to have like a huge team. You could have an indie studio, you know, or if you want to make like a AAA or, you know, AAA title as they call them, even though a lot of those are not great, you wouldn't have to have like a studio of like 300, you know, like Bethesda or like some of these big studios. So I can see where that's, you know, could be a bonus in game development. But I wonder, do people think the way we're progressing and the speed at which we're progressing will eventually end up in like a situation where, like, have you ever seen the movie, like, I guess some of the like sci-fi ones like Minority Report, where like they have like precog, you know, crime fighting, or a movie like Blade Runner, for example, or like Cyberpunk, the game 2077. You know, are we going to end up in that sort of world? I mean, I probably won't be around for that, obviously, but maybe humanity has to do that to become multiplanetary. I don't know. It's a harsh galaxy and universe out there. You might have to do that just to, you know, survive. Well, also a little update here. I bought a microphone for this that I plug into my USB-C, and it's supposed to block the wind. I'm waiting at the crosswalk here. It's supposed to block the wind from making a bunch of noise, so that should help. Like I said, it was supposed to be here today, but it's not, so maybe tomorrow. Now we cross the crosswalk. Cool. Anyway. So yeah, I'm trying to upgrade my stuff as I go here and there. Maybe get a better camera, has better quality video and audio. Although, do you really want to see me more vividly and hear me more vividly? I don't know. I'm not that impressive to look at, for sure. So maybe we don't need to. But it's just a lovely, lovely, lovely day. Just look at what I see. Yep. I hope everybody had a good day today. Hope you were kind to people, polite, respectful. Doesn't take much to do that. It might seem like it does, and people might irritate you. And trust me, I know that for a fact. I spent a lot of working years in customer service and sales and related fields, and it's like, man, there are some annoying people. But you just got to take it easy. Don't take it personally. I know that's hard for people to do, but I really learned not to take anything personal. You know, if people insult me for my looks or insult me for whatever about me, it's like, there's nothing I can do about it, man. Like, it is what it is. So I just go on doing my thing and trying to be nice to people, and hopefully they be nice back. And if not, you know, hopefully their life gets a little bit better. Some really freaking nice houses in this neighborhood. The housing market is bonkers, man. Nobody can afford a home anymore. That's messed up. Well, that's the American dream, wasn't it? Like, everybody gets a house, you know? Now it's like, okay, you want a house? Sign this 30-year loan and your mortgage is like $3,000 a month. Like, yeah, sure. Totally. Totally have the money for that. Oh, man. What's everybody's thoughts on, I had some fried chicken today for lunch. It's not sitting well, man. I don't know if it was just the brand I got. It was like a grocery store chicken, too, so maybe that was it? I don't know. What's everybody's thoughts on that, though? Like, y'all a fan of fried chicken? A lot of my family's from the South. So, I mean, fried chicken's kind of like in their blood. But you can't really find good fried chicken up here. I'll be honest with you. That's one of the reasons I don't like, I mean, food-wise, I don't like it up here because, I mean, so here's the thing. I'm not going to try to be offensive, but my Midwesterners, you know, hear me out. A lot of times we don't put, like, spices on things, man. I mean, you just got to stick to your rib food, which is great, like mashed potatoes and gravy and tater tot hot dish and casseroles, you know, it's like this heavy stuff. And it keeps you full. And it tastes good, but it tastes good because there's like 17 pounds of butter in it, you know what I mean? Like, it tastes good because it's fatty, not because it has spices. Especially when it comes to fried chicken, man. Every fried chicken up here is like just flour and salt and pepper, maybe, if you're lucky. Okay, I turn around because sidewalk ends. But yeah, I don't know. It's like that down south. You know, they do stuff right down there, man. They not only do they use a lot of butter, which is great, but they spice it up, man. They toss it in some Cajun seasoning or something. Give it some flavor, you know. Yeah. That's one thing about living up here. It's like you kind of get like, maybe this is a weird word to say, but you get like the ghost of foods. And, you know, explain what I mean there is, you get like a food, right? Like a taco, for example, just a beef taco. And it, you know, it is a beef taco, sure. But it's like the essence of beef taco, not an actual one. Does that make sense? I suppose that's just par for the course, because, I mean, it's a bunch of Germans and Swedes and Norwegians up here. I mean, like, I know there's some rivalry up there, you know, between the Nordic countries, but y'all food is just not great sometimes, to be honest with you. Like, I like fish, I mean, but dang, dude, you guys just eat fish all the time? I don't understand. I love to cook too, so for me, I like to experiment, do different things, see what works, see what doesn't. I'm not a professional by any means, but I try. And I like to try different foods, like from different restaurants or wherever, to see if I like something. It was really hard to get my family to try sushi, man. I tell you what, and it wasn't even like real sushi. It was like California roll. Like, they didn't even like that. I'm like, bro, you don't even like that? Like, it's not even anything, you know? But hey, it's fine. Everybody has a preference. You don't like sushi, that's okay. But I like to try everything once, because maybe it might be a food that was like the sounds gross, and you taste it and you're like, wow, that's crazy. Like, I wouldn't have expected it to taste like that. You know? Yeah. But there are some things that would be like, I would taste it, but like only as a last resort. You know what I'm saying? Like bugs and bugs and like spiders and you know bugs. Not a fan of bugs. I should say that. I mean, I don't care about bugs. Like, they don't bother me in like real life. Like, I'll hold a spider. Like, I'll let a spider crawl on me. I don't care. Or like an ant or something. But like eating them, that's like a whole new. When I look at a spider, like the first thing I don't think about eating the thing. I think about like, oh, that's a spider. It's really hairy and like got a bunch of legs. My first thoughts are like, ooh, you know, snack. But some people like it. I don't know. Whatever. I think about that often. Like, who was the first people to eat something? You ever think about that? If you could like go back in time. Let's say you have like a machine. You can just go back in time and see the very first person to eat something. And see their reaction. Because you know it's got to be wild. Like, who was in the ocean and like saw a crab and like, that looks good. It's got an armor shell on it, man. How would you even like process like what it is? Or there's people who eat like sea urchin, man. It's like, you look at a sea urchin, I don't know. You gotta be really hungry to think that that's food, right? Or am I just like, am I dumb or something? Like, I don't know. To me, that doesn't scream like supper, you know? Got a bit of wind here. A bit of wind. It'll be done. It'll be done here in a second, guys. Don't worry. I got you. Just look into my eyes. You'll be safe. Cross the street at right angles, children. Do not jaywalk. Or else the sidewalk goblin will get you. You don't want that. But anyway, like who thought about eating like mushrooms? Like mushrooms, some of the mushrooms are poison, they'll kill you. Like did someone just eat one and they're like, I'm gonna eat this, and then they ate it and they died, and like their buddy was like, hey, like Ungar over here ate a mushroom and died, so we should write down on some papyrus that we shouldn't eat that one. Is that how it went? Like how do they know what to eat and what not to eat? Countless dead people, like in memory of Ungar, he ate a fuzzy mushroom and he yelled excruciating pain for 13 minutes and then died. Like, oh gosh, maybe we should avoid that one. Put this up to the wind. There we go. Ooh, yeah. I mean, that's got to be how it goes, right? Or else how are you gonna know? Someone's gonna taste test it. Not me. If I was back on caveman, I'd be like, I'm just gonna eat like, you know, dirt or something. Like I'll pass. Or I'll eat the bark from this tree, or I don't know, something where it's like shouldn't get poisoned. Let me get my glove on. Get my glove on. Okay, we're good. Alrighty. That's also why I want to travel too. Like, one of my dreams, I got a lot of dreams, I'll be honest with you guys. Like, probably most of them won't come true just because they keep getting like more. I don't know if you guys do this, but like my dreams keep getting more and more like bigger, I guess is a way to put it. Why is there always cars when I'm walking? Huh, guys? Why is there always cars on the road? Answer me that. Why do I, as a walker on the sidewalk, have to deal with cars? Just kidding. Anyway, my dreams, like I said, get bigger. I'd love to go to Japan, man. I'm saving up right now for it. Little by little. It's expensive. I looked up a flight and I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I get it. You know, it's a long journey. But dang. you know. But I think within a year I'll get to Japan, I think. You know, God willing, hopefully nothing happens in terms of like, you know, COVID again or something like that, or shuts everything down. But I think within a year, I'll give it a year from now. Hopefully if you're along for the ride with this journey, a year from now we're still doing these walks, and you'll see me walking in Japan. Whoa, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I'd like to go to Japan and try the food there, man. Every time I look at a video of like Japanese food, of like street vendors and like people going to these like ramen and soba shops and stuff, it's like it looks so good, man. I want to eat it. There's a dog out here, and I don't know if it's leashed up, but it's a puppy, so I'm hoping it is. I don't want to have a puppy chase me. Okay, it is leashed up. We're good. Okay. It's a puppy. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so like some of these places I want to go eat. Japanese food, man, it just looks so good. Like fresh and just like... We have a couple of ramen places here, and even up here. And it's kind of authentic ramen in a way, but it's not like fully prepared from scratch, if that makes sense. It's just kind of prepared from scratch and like pre-prepared stuff. But one of my goals is to go to Japan and have legitimate ramen at like, I don't know, just a random ramen shop. Just like a good rated one where people think that the quality is good. That would be a goal. There's other places I want to go too, but I don't know if it's like better to save up for the big one or just go like, I mean, I'm in the States and there's like 49 other states to go to, and they're all kind of like their own little mini countries in a way, with their own little quirks and stuff. But I don't know. It just seems kind of cool to be like, you know what, my first trip, like major trip. I mean, I've been on trips before, but they're kind of like minor ones. My first major trip is like, okay, I'm flying to Japan, dude. That would be wild. That would be crazy. The sun has betrayed me. It is now too low to give me warmth. Sad. Alright, anyway. But yeah. It's been a quirky year so far, and hopefully it keeps being quirky, because quirky's fun, man. It's kind of fun having different things and, you know, experiencing different things. Hopefully everybody gets to experience some cool things in their life, and you write about it or vlog or something, you know. Tell your friends and family. But yeah. So hopefully we had a good night. Almost back home. Got a few more minutes here. What am I gonna make for supper? That's the real question. I'm hungry, man. My stomach is rumbling. Like I said, I had some fried chicken for lunch, but it wasn't good fried chicken. Maybe my stomach's rumbling because of that. Maybe it's not a good rumble. I thought someone was behind me. It sounded like footsteps. That was creepy. So many people walking their dogs right now. Gotta be respectful. Don't scare the dogs. Oh boy. Hi. There's like 6 people just walking their dogs just in this by this corner. Just they're all walking at the same time. Maybe I just need to go to the bathroom or something. Not to be weird, but maybe that'll help. I know what I'm gonna have tonight. Actually, I made up my mind. I'm gonna make some pasta. I don't know what kind, but it's gonna be pasta. Nah, I lied. It's not gonna be pasta. I'm joking with you guys. I'm very indecisive sometimes, man. It's one of my many faults I'm working on. I'll get there eventually. So yeah, anyway. We find ourselves at the end of another eventful day, another kind of more chill walk. We didn't discuss too many things, so I think that's okay. We'll hit her again tomorrow. Oh, it sounds like World War II down here, like they're going to dive bombing me. It's supposed to be really freaking warm this weekend, so you might see me out on, I mean, I'm uploading one a day, so you might see me out like on a Friday or Saturday here this coming weekend, and I'll be uploading. So I probably won't stick to the everyday thing. I mean, I'm not gonna promise that. I'm gonna try, but I won't promise it. But we'll get there. I do have a thing I have to go to next week for a couple days, but I'll try to make a video. Anyway, guys, I know I didn't really talk too much today. Kind of just out of it a little bit. My stomach's all messed up. So I'm just gonna go home and do my thing. Alright, guys. I appreciate you coming with me, or if you watch this, you know, giving it a like or whatever, subscribing, anything. Whatever you want to do. It's up to you. But have a good one. Stay safe. Make smart choices. Remember, don't jaywalk, because the sidewalk goblin will get you. Pass that one on. It's free info. Peace.